Hey y'all, I just wanted to come on here real quick and talk about a lot of misconceptions surrounding the DEI programs, the diversity, equity, and inclusion programs, primarily financial aid and the funding of historically black colleges or universities, because there's a lot of misinformation out there. So let's break it down with some facts. First of all, DEI programs are primarily seen as something that helps only black people, but the data begs to differ because it states that white women were the biggest beneficiaries of DEI initiatives. If you don't believe me, we can refer to this Forbes article that highlights a McKinsey study that shows that white women hold nearly 19% of all C-suite positions compared to just 4% of other racial and ethnic minority women. So while DEI programs improved outcomes for women overall, they disproportionately impacted and benefited white women. And DEI does not mean black. It was historically brought about to help all marginalized people. That means disabled individuals, pregnant women, those who identify under the LGBTQ umbrella. And unfortunately, according to Linnea Irvin, the CEO of Coquel, she said that for black colleagues, the barriers they face to advancement seem largely invisible to their white colleagues. We can look at equity in pay, for example. According to leanin.org, black women make 66 cents for every dollar that white men earn. Continuing on that, Native American women earn 55 cents and Latino women earn only 52 cents. So this gap shows how far we are from true equity and why DEI programs are still very much needed, although maybe with a little bit of editing. There's also a misconception that financial aid programs unfairly advantage black students. The truth is that white students still receive majority of the financial aid. In the 2015-2016 school year, 88% of black students received grants compared to 82% of Hispanic students and 74% of white students who also received grants. And because the white students outnumber minority students in higher education, they still received more aid overall. We can see the statistic from the National Center for Education Statistics. And financial aid is not a handout. It's about leveling the playing field for all students who face economic challenges. Similarly, there are some people who argue that historically black colleges and universities have been excessively underfunded, but the truth is HBCUs have been historically underfunded by an aggregate of about $12.8 billion in comparison to predominantly white educational institutions. Despite this, HBCUs have produced a significant amount of black doctors, lawyers, and engineers in the U.S. And to add to that, HBCUs are not exclusively black. In fact, as of 2016, 11.4% of undergraduate students at HBCUs were white and another 5.1% of students were Hispanic or Latino. These institutions are inclusive spaces for all students of all races, despite what popular belief may be. So when people say things like DEI programs or financial aid are unfair to white people or HBCUs are exclusive, we have to ask, what are you really saying? These programs are about equity, not taking anything away from anybody else. So if we're serious, about addressing these issues and creating change, then we have to work together. And that's what the Sovereign Descendants Collective is all about. Fighting for reparations, sovereignty, and justice for African descended people who were impacted by slavery in the United States. So please visit sovereigndescendantscollective.com to learn more and sign up for our email list. And let's make progress together. Thanks.